everybody, and welcome to Digital Discovery, our exploration of the collections of the museum for you, our early learners. My name is Liz, and I'm the Early Education Specialist here at Berkshire Museum, and I'm going to guide you on today's discovery. So let's just jump right on in. Hi everybody, welcome to Digital Discovery. Today we're going to be discovering all about our Berkshire backyard and learning about the bugs that live there. Do you guys know what a bug is? Bugs are an insect. An insect is a type of invertebrate. And what an invertebrate means is it's something that doesn't have a backbone. It has like a strong outer casing instead of a backbone or spine to keep it supported. This hard outer shell or casing, like I said, is called an exoskeleton, and it is super important to insects, just like our backbone and spine is to us. Also, insects are split into 3 different parts. So head, thorax, abdomen. 3 parts making up one whole insect. And most adult insects also have 6 jointed legs, antennae, and 4 wings as well. But they come in all sorts of varieties and shapes, so sometimes that changes a little bit. Like there's some insects out there who don't have wings, and there's some out there who do have wings. They're just different based on what they need so they can live in the world around them. So up here in Massachusetts, there are a lot of bugs. Some are native to our environment, meaning they were first found around here, and some have come in from the fact that we move around, or they can fly and move around. We're going to look at just a few. So let's hop right into that. Bees love flying all around collecting pollen from plants. By doing so, it kind of gets the pollen everywhere, which might be a little bit messy, but it helps other plants grow big and strong. So beetles, like the bee, can go around spreading pollen, but they do some other things that are really cool as well. They munch. Yes, munch, like eat lunch, munch. They go and they help us out by munching on things like dead leaves, trees, or bugs that could actually cause harm to our plants. It turns out that insects can do some pretty amazing things. Ooh, I've got a fun fact for you. Did you guys know that Massachusetts has a state insect? Could you guess at what that insect could be? Do you need a hint? I'll give you a hint. The Massachusetts state insect is a beetle. Did that help? Can you guess it now? Do you need another hint? I'll give you another hint. The Massachusetts state insect is small, red, and has black dots. Figured out that time? Yeah, you're right. The Massachusetts state insect is a ladybug, or otherwise known as a ladybird beetle. How neat is that? Here at the Berkshire Museum, we have an entire room dedicated to the animals and bugs and birds that live in our backyard. It's known as the Berkshire backyard. The exhibit really lets you see these insects and learn what they do look like in a way that's different than when we're outside, because they aren't going anywhere. They're all specimens. They're all gonna stay where they are and have been there for a while. But when you check them out, you get to see cool things like the 3 parts of an insect we talked about earlier: the head, the thorax, and the abdomen. When you come check them out at Berkshire Museum, you'll be able to sit there and be like, look, there is a head, a thorax, and an abdomen to that insect. And I can see it right here in this exhibit. Some of these bugs are big, and some of these bugs are small. But they're all really important for our environment. But before we talk about any more bugs, I think we need to take a brain break. How about today we go read a funny little story about a wiggly worm with my friend Peter? Let's go check it out.
Ricardo the Red Worm. Written and illustrated by Mary Beth Hall. Like most red worms, Ricardo hatched out of a cocoon with a couple of siblings. Red worms are decomposers, so they love to eat kitchen scraps. Except for Ricardo. He just wanted to dance. When they ate the spring veggie scraps and leftover salads, he just wanted to dance. In the fall, when they ate rotting pumpkins and the leftover jack-o'-lanterns, he just wanted to dance. Wait, why are you always dancing? Ricardo's siblings asked. Because I'm a red wriggler, Ricardo said. The end.
Did you enjoy our brain break? I think that story is silly. It was written by one of my friends and I just really had to share it with you guys. So, we've learned a little bit about the bugs in our backyard. I mean, a little bit. But why don't we learn a little bit more? Bees, the little insects we talked about earlier who love collecting pollen, live in hives. There are some kind of bees that don't like living with other friends and they just do their own thing, but for the most part, they are a social insect and they stay together. Like I said, bees live in hives, but you've probably also seen in real life or in pictures bees that live in boxes. These are man-made hives, and what they are, they're used for farming and collection of things like honey. People who have beehives take care of the bees, and in turn, bees provide them the honey. Now, beetles, on the other hand, don't live in hives. Nope. Beetles like to live in dark, moist places, like under logs or leaves. Some beetles like to dig holes and live right under the ground. Insects like to create their home in the environment they live in. We move into homes that are already there, but when it's time for an insect to move, they just build a home where they need it to be. They like to build them in backyards. They like to build them in playgrounds. They like to build them in plain sight, right where we can see them, but sometimes don't even notice because we're either busy or just so much bigger. Something to think about is watching out for these little buggy homes whenever we're out and having fun and playing. It's important that we do something nice for them in return for all the nice things they do for us. Okay guys, how about for today's digital discovery adventure, we trek into the wild of our own backyard and take a close look at the bugs that are actually there. Grab some paper, pencils, paint, and go outside and start what is called cataloging. By going out and seeing what's in your backyard, you become part artist and part scientist. You're drawing pictures of the critters that are there, but you're also counting how many you see and looking at the different parts of the body and being able to tell, is that a spider, which isn't an insect, but it's still a really cool critter, or is it an ant, or that bee, or that ladybug beetle? I would love to see the kind of insects that you discover in your own Berkshire backyard. Make sure you get your parents to tag Berkshire Museum when they're out bragging about your discovery of the day. Remember guys, to get creative and enjoy discovering. I'll see you later. Bye!